RIT Sports Network proudly welcomes you to the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, where tonight it's Game 2 of the Atlantic Hockey quarterfinals between Robert Morris and RIT. It was a big night last night for RIT's all-freshman line of Wild, Catalano, and Fukakusa. Wild scored a goal and added an assist, and now leads the Tigers with 16 goals on the season. Prior to last night, Tyler Fukakusa last scored on January 19th at Robert Morris. In Game 1, he snapped an 11-game goalless drought with 2 and an assist. And how about Christian Catalano? He added a goal as well, as the Mississauga trio accounted for 6 big points in RIT's Game 1 victory over the Colonials. Good evening and welcome to RIT Hockey Pregame Live here on the RIT Sports Network. Well, the Tigers entered Game 1 of the Atlantic Hockey quarterfinals, having beaten Robert Morris in all 4 regular season meetings by an impressive 23-7 margin. But the playoffs, oh, they're a whole new game. Just ask Bentley, who was eliminated last weekend by the 11th-seeded Colonials. Game 1 of this quarterfinal series last night, and the Tigers were slow out of the gate, but after an RMU penalty, RIT on their first power play of the night, and it's Matthew Wild with his 16th of the season. 1-0 RIT after 2. More on Wild in a moment. Third period, the Tigers cranked it up a notch. Caleb Moritz skating in unattended, denied at first, but RIT relentless. They stick with it, and Tyler Fukakusa taps in the loose puck. Take another look from up high. Watch Veltri. Chad Veltri doesn't handle it. Fukakusa sneaks in, and that's a goal. Tigers up by 2, and that would open the floodgates. Watch the nice give and go. Tanner Andrew to Jojo Casero. His 15th of the season, 3-0 RIT. Just over 8 minutes to go. Tigers on the man advantage again, and Carter Wilkie, watch this, somehow sneaking it by Chad Veltri with a rocket. Tigers' second power play of the night. Wilkie's 15th on the year, 4-0 Tigers just over a minute later. Here comes RIT again, and this time it's Christian Catalano. All 3 of those first-year line mates with a goal last night. It was 5-0, and Chad Veltri's night was over. But the Tigers, they weren't done. Elijah Gonzalez to Tyler Fukakusa, his second of the night, 6-0 RIT. And after another RMU penalty, oh, the Tigers, they're going to light the lamp again. And why not? Grady Hobbs finishing it off. 3 power play goals for the Tigers. 6 goals in the third period alone. They take Game 1, 7-0 over Robert Morris. Afterwards, our Kim Coffey caught up with Tyler Fukakusa.
Yeah, I think we got to stick to what we're good at. Getting pucks to the net and playing hard offense, getting on the forecheck hard, and pucks started to go in, so we're happy about that.
How important was it to come out and make a statement in Game 1 and show that you're ready? I mean, 7 goals is quite the statement.
Yeah, especially with the bye week. We were preparing all week, so it's nice to put 7 in the back of the net and show the rest of the league what we're about.
What did you learn tonight about Robert Morris that's going to help you continue that and keep that momentum going here in Game 2?
Even though it was a 7-0 game, I feel like they are a hard-working team, and they beat a really good opponent in Bentley, so we can't underestimate them, and we got to make sure we're ready for tomorrow's game as well.
Yeah, they got to be ready tonight. The Tigers once again outshoot the Colonials by a wide margin last night, 44-21, including a 29-9 margin over the final 30 minutes of the game. Matthew Wild has now scored a goal in 6 straight games, the longest streak in the nation. He has a team-leading 16 goals on the year and has also tied Mike Tarantino for the most goals ever by a freshman at RIT. The Tigers 3 for 3 on the power play. They've scored 11 power play goals in 5 games with RMU this season, and the Tigers tied a D1 era program record for goals in a period, matching the 6 they netted in the third of a 10-4 victory over Canisius back in December of 2022. Tonight, the Tigers will look to complete the sweep and advance to the conference semifinals for a 3rd straight season, in Atlantic Hockey record tying 11th time overall. With more on tonight's matchup, our John DeTulio standing by live now with RIT head coach Wayne Wilson.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Wayne, let's look back at last night. Through the first 40 minutes, it's 1-0. Why were you guys able to really just dominate that third period, do you think?
Yeah, I think we got stronger as the game went on. I thought the first period was a pretty equal period, and I thought we were just trying to get our legs. We didn't play poorly, but we were just trying to get our legs underneath us. I thought we had a good second period, but still a 1-goal game. They're 1 shot away from tying it, and then the floodgates opened in the third, and some really nice goals and contributions from a lot of different people.
You're getting a lot of contributions, but in particular, that first-year line. Just talk about Wild's been on fire. You got that whole line has just evolved. Is this what you and Brian and Dave envisioned when you brought him in over the during the offseason?
Well, it's hopeful. I don't know if we really even anticipated they'd play together, but we thought we'd start them together anyways. And, they've got good chemistry. And as they've matured during the course of the year, they just keep getting better and better. And that's been a good source of scoring for us. And it also helps with our big guys when they're going as well. But we're getting scoring from a lot of different areas, including the defense, and that's what we're going to need to have as we want to continue along.
And you took advantage of the man advantage last night, your power play. I mean, 3 for 3 in a playoff game you'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, that's unusual as well. Yeah. But, Brian Hills works real hard with the power play unit, and we try and look for weaknesses and where we can attack them. And I think our guys are just as a group are unselfish. So, we can get it when you look at the power play goals. If it's not coming from JoJo, it's coming from Wild, Wilkie. It comes from all different areas there. And so we've been lucky to have that. And, and then our penalty killing, Dave Insulaco working with them. Shutting them down, which is probably more important. I mean, if we can shut teams down with our penalty kill and we don't put anything up on the board, power plays are still just missed opportunities if you don't score, but obviously are big goals when you do.
And then finally, you've scored 30 goals on this team in 5 games. What's it going to take tonight? Nobody wants to be here tomorrow night. What's the key tonight to eliminating them in 2?
Well, eliminating anyone's going to be difficult. I think that the start to the game is going to be good. I think we want to get on top of them as quick as possible, trying to demoralize them as if we can. And it's just hard to put people out. They're going to be fighting for their lives. They want to fight for another day. Then you never know what could happen. So we've got to match, their will tonight as well, and really get after it.
All right, buddy. Last night a statement, but more of a statement tonight?
Yep. You're just trying to get people out and live for another weekend.
All right, that's head coach Wayne Wilson here of the RIT Tigers for a preview of Robert Morris. Here's my broadcasting partner, Gene Battaglia. Gino?
All right, thanks, Johnny. Here with head coach Derek Schooley. Coach, what was your message to the team before tonight's game?
Well, just to play like we played in the first period especially, and then the second period, and we have to flush the third period. The third period was a disaster. We couldn't get out of our own way, but we were really good for the first 2 periods. I liked our game, and we were 1 shot away from tying that game up. We hit a crossbar at the end of the second, and it just went downhill. So we need to flush the third and come back out and play like we did in the first 2.
You're 1-0 in elimination games this year. What can you draw off of that win last Saturday?
I don't know. It's different atmosphere, different team. But we've already had our backs up against the wall, so we'll go out and do what we do and make sure every play matters and get after it. I mean, we don't have anything to lose, and if we don't do our job tonight, we've got a long summer.
Yeah, I mean, Tigers last night 3 for 3 on the power play. Where is the line for your team when it comes to playing aggressive but not taking penalties tonight?
Well, we got to kill a penalty. I mean, 3's not that bad. I mean, we had 2. We just couldn't get the job done, and for some reason their power play has been outstanding against us, and our penalty killing had been much better, but they exploited something and last night, and we've got to do a better job of that tonight.
And you're going back to Veltri tonight. Your thoughts on your veteran?
Well, that's what we brought Chad here to do. We brought him here to play in big games, and he's going to set a games played all-time record tonight in Atlantic hockey. So, I mean, you couldn't ask for any more experience than that, and he was the reason we're playing this weekend because he was so good against Bentley.
Derek, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Head coach Derek Schooley, Robert Morris. Kevin, we send it back to you.
All right, Gino, thank you so much. Meanwhile, after stopping 21 shots last night, RIT's Tommy Scarfoni has moved up to second on the Division I era all-time saves list with 2,363. Tommy will get the call again. In net for RIT here tonight, Scarfoni recorded his 4th shutout of the season and 9th of his career in Game 1. He's now 21-8-2 on the season. Those 21 victories are the 4th most by a goaltender in the country. For Robert Morris, Derek Schooley, you just heard him going back with number 30, Chad Veltri. Veltri was pulled in the 3rd last night after giving up 5 goals. The Pittsburgh native will look to help extend the Colonial season. Veltri has faced RIT now 17 times between his time at Niagara and at Robert Morris. He's 3-12-2 against RIT. Well, still to come on Pregame Live, John and Gene will share with us what they keys to Games 2 here tonight. Plus, it was a night of quarterfinal upsets. elsewhere in Atlantic hockey. We will have the highlights for you. But number 23 for RIT is defenseman Aiden Hansen-Buchanan. The senior from Delta, British Columbia, had an assist on the Tigers' 4th goal last night. And the blue liner will join our Kim Coffey live next as our live coverage continues from the Gene Policini Center. It's game 2 of the Atlantic hockey quarterfinals between RIT and Robert Morris at 7:05. This is Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network. Back here on Pregame Live, the Tigers did something last night they had never done in their previous 43 meetings with Robert Morris. They shut the Colonials out in Game 1. They'll go for the sweep tonight at 7:05. The 3 other quarterfinal series in Atlantic hockey resume tonight as Holy Cross will look to eliminate the defending champions from Canisius. Niagara will look to knock out Sacred Heart in the quarters for a 2nd straight season. The puck drops in Connecticut at 7:05, and later tonight out in Colorado Springs, AIC will look to advance over Air Force. Well, Aiden Hansen-Buchanan has been so valuable to the Tigers along the blue line, and his senior season has been his best. In fact, Hansen-Buchanan has scored a point in each of the Tigers' last 8 games, tallying 2 goals and 8 assists. Number 23, fresh off the ice following warm-ups, and he's with our Kim Coffey.
Aiden, you guys get the 7-0 win in that first game. However, 6 of those 7 goals didn't come till the 3rd period. What is it going to take to get off to a faster start here tonight, score up front?
Just do a lot of the things we did in the 3rd. Obviously, it was working. Got to get out to a fast start and look for the same result tonight.
The communication between you and your teammates, outstanding last night. Passes on point. How is that confidence built up throughout the season, just knowing somebody's going to be in one spot at that exact time?
Well, yeah, obviously it starts in practice, being around the guys all the time. We've been around each other since August, so the chemistry's been building, and it's nice to come to fruition in March.
3 for 3 on the power play last night. What's the key to keeping that going here throughout the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of being patient, looking for our spots. Our first power play goal there that made it 1-0, that was all scouting report. That was us just knowing where other guys are going to be, and do a lot of the same tonight. I'm expecting a lot of changes from them, though.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what are you expecting to see from Robert Morris? How do you expect them to counter?
Well, like every team, when you face elimination, they're going to come out harder. They're going to come out more desperate, and we just got to match their intensity and match their will.
All right, Aiden, thanks so much, and good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Kevin?
All right, Kim, thank you so much. Meanwhile, the RIT men's lacrosse team is off to another strong start. The Tigers ended their day ranked 2nd in the nation in Division III after starting the year perfect 4-0 while outscoring their opponents 74-34 in those 4 contests. Tigers hosting Ursinus on campus this afternoon at Doug May Field. And when you're a highly ranked program, you get everyone's best shot. Ursinus came to play today, scoring here with just under 8 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter. They led 8-7 at the half. But the Tigers got down to business in the 3rd. Seth Rottenthaler, one of his 3 goals on the day. RIT with 5 unanswered to start the 3rd. And then in the 4th, Tigers with numbers. Clifford Gaston finishes it off with his 2nd goal of the day. Team leading 19th on the season. Tigers improved to 5-0 with a 17-11 victory over Ursinus. It's spring break, so men's lacrosse now heads to the Mustang Classic next weekend in Maryland. Women's lacrosse already on break down in Puerto Rico. Very nice. The Tigers were victorious this afternoon. 19-10 over Bridgewater State. RIT now 3-1 on this young season. RIT baseball also enjoying spring break away from Rochester. Who wouldn't? They're in Central Florida. The Tigers open play with a doubleheader against Dickinson. RIT wins game 1 10-2, but falls 13-3 in game number 2. Well, still to come on Pregame Live, we'll look back on a wild night of quarterfinal action in Atlantic hockey. And if you're just joining us, that includes the Tigers' record-tying 3rd period that has RMU on the brink of elimination. That's all ahead on your home for Tiger hockey. You're watching Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network. we're back here at the Gene Policini Center at RIT, where you're watching RIT Hockey pregame live with a victory last night. RIT now 21-8 overall, 15-3 at home in the quarterfinal round of the Atlantic Hockey Playoffs. Well, the Tigers have won 3 of their last 4 postseason quarterfinal series, but only last season's against Mercyhurst finished with an RIT sweep. As we bring in John and Gene, and guys, if the Tigers hope to sweep a quarterfinal series for the 2nd straight year, they can't give this RMU team any hope here tonight.
No doubt about it, Kev. Just get off to a quick start.
Yeah.
How are you tonight, John?
Outstanding. Even talking with Wayne before the interview, he goes, yet another, we need to start fast. He thought last night they didn't have their legs from being off a couple of weeks. He feels like tonight they'll come out very strong here to start the game. They know they need to.
Yeah, and last night the Tigers looked rusty in the first, to be quite honest, but by the 3rd period, John, that was the Tiger hockey we know.
Well, and Wayne, listen, talking with Wayne, he thought that their speed and talent just took over. And that's exactly what we saw in the final 20 minutes. Their speed, which Robert Morris could not match. They're going to get younger tonight to try to match that speed. And there's just too much talent on this Tiger team. It was on full display in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, about that young talent for Robert Morris. Their top line, they're all first-year players, led by their leading scorer, our player to watch, number 19, Tanner Klimke.
Klimke, good player. I mean, listen, their season will probably end tonight, if not tomorrow. But I think the future is bright for this program. They got a lot of good young players, good skilled players, and it starts with Tanner Klimke, the freshman. Look at his numbers: 14 goals, 11 assists. Derek Schooley's got this program all moving in the right direction with good young players like number 19.
Yeah, they can build around that line. Maybe they get another line next year. We'll see where that kind of goes. For the RIT Tigers, though, the power play last night, superb once again, 3 for 3. All started with Matthew Wild right in the middle. About this freshman, John, he's really, really good.
He's got a big frame. I mean, it's tough to move him on the power play. He's kind of in front, and it's kind of hard to get him out of in front of the goalie. He's on a streak right now, 6 straight games now with a goal. You look at the numbers. This team is littered with talent, but it's a first-year player that leads them in goals. Listen, I don't want to say it, but I will. He's got NHL written all over him. We were just talking about this kid can play, a great two-way player and dynamic on the power play.
Yeah, no doubt about it, as we've just watched him grow this year as a player here at RIT. The Tigers all-time in the quarterfinal after coming off a winning game 1, 7-2 the following night. So what has to happen, John, to make it 8-2 tonight?
We got a little movie theme tonight. We all love the Fast and Furious, right? This is what they got to do. You've got to play, they use that speed and that strength, and they got to come out fast. Now, to quote the late, great Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers from Rocky 3, there is no tomorrow. That's how they got to play desperate. Gino came up with this one, the Bengals Sunday Fun Day. We don't want to be here tomorrow. Wayne doesn't want to be here tomorrow. They need to they know they're treating this like a must-win tonight for the Tigers.
Kevin, Sundays are fun day. I don't want to have to run day back to the GPC. I apologize. We send it back to you.
It'd be bad if we were here on Monday, too, but we will be. Thank you guys so much. Looking forward to Game 2 in just a bit. Well, if you're just joining us, the Atlantic Hockey quarterfinals kicked off last night with a rematch of last season's championship game. A pair of road warriors emerged, and a record-breaking shutout stole the Game 1 highlights.
Crusaders on the forecheck here. Going to turn it into offense. Seymour on the tip, was looking for it, and he scores. It's McClinsky. Seymour got it to him. And Mr. Playoffs, Liam McClinsky with a goal to tie us at 3. Ricketts down to Guerra. McClinsky, one-timer, they score! It's Jack Stockfish, and Holy Cross has their first lead of the night.
Up with Ahern. But, you know, that loose puck kind of created in the slot there. But good save by Justin. Good recovery there.
Robbins with a big stop. But then on the rebound, Rancliffe scores to tie the game. Rancliffe again, shooting. Blocked by Adamson. He drops it to Carlin with a shot down low. Off the side of the post. Rancliffe again. He scores! Back-to-back goals by Carter Rancliffe. That top line from Niagara comes out swinging, and Rancliffe scores them both. Goals 9 and 10 of his season, and they score again from the point. Just thrown on goal by Ziski, and it sneaks through Robbins. 2 minutes and 3 seconds into the third period. 3 unanswered for the Purple Eagles, who lead 4-2.
Forces getting some chances. They just can't get one past Wallstrom. Face off in front of Wallstrom now, won by AIC. Taken away by Airful, and a score! A turnover out front, and that is Andrew DiCarlo tying this game at 1 apiece. Tried to skate up the far side. That didn't work. They come near side. Now they'll dump it out to center ice. With it there is going to be Wells. Wells will pass to his left. Then a shot. Oh, that got in. That got in past Blessing. Rush offense goal by Josh Barnes to make this a 2-1 game.
Yeah, Tiger fans, you're watching. We need you here tomorrow night as Catalano sends it back. Shot from the outside. There it is for Grady Hobbs. Tigers 3 for 3 on the power play tonight. 7 goals. RIT 7-0.
Oh, what some special game ones in Atlantic hockey last night. Here is the playoff picture in the league at the moment. RIT 7 goals are the most scored by the Tigers in an AHA postseason game since the 2019 quarters against Sacred Heart. Niagara's 3 goals in 43 seconds against the Pioneers are the fastest 3 goals ever scored in an Atlantic hockey postseason game. They won 6-3. Purple Eagles can advance with a win tonight. Holy Cross's Liam McClinsky has 10 career postseason goals. That ties him for 5th on the all-time postseason career goals list. Crusaders up 1 game to none on Canisius after a 4-3 win last night. And AIC freshman Nils Wallstrom stopped 31 shots in his first career postseason start as AIC took game 1 over Air Force on the road by a final of 3-1. We'll see what happens tonight. We'll be tracking it all for you. We're closing in on face-off of game 2 here between RIT and Robert Morris. We'll wrap things up from here next. You're watching Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network.
Feed down
Yeah,
low,
it is.
shot the
Yeah.
goal. The rebound was right in, pushed back in. Andrew trying to center it.
Yeah.
All back here on Pregame Live. Tigers took game 1, 7-0, and have won 5 straight over RMU this season, outscoring the Colonials 30-7. Hey, if Robert Morris can even this series up, we will be back with you tomorrow night for a decisive Game 3. Our coverage, if necessary, would begin at 4:30 with Pregame Live, followed by face-off between the Tigers and Colonials at 5:05 exclusively here on Flow Hockey. If there is a Game 3 tomorrow, we can tell you there will be tickets available. You can grab your seats by calling or visiting the Policini Center box office or online at rittickets.com. If the Tigers win in advance tonight, tickets for next weekend's Best of 3 semifinal series would go on sale at 10 a.m. on Monday. Well, can the Tigers sweep or will the Colonials survive another day? John and Gene have the call, and I'll see you back here for the intermission report. Enjoy it. Game 2 between RIT and Robert Morris. Oh, it begins right now.